Make passive income. Make money while you sleep. You too can make $100,000 a month selling your digital product online. These stories are so common in the online business space and can often lead you to spending tons of time, energy, and money creating and marketing a digital product. But the truth is that oftentimes the results aren't what you are promised. So in this video, we're going to break down the math behind digital products and what you really need to make the math work for you. Let's dive in. Building a digital products business seems great, doesn't it? Sounds wonderful, but we have to break down and understand the three components to make the math work for you. We have to understand what you need to take home and the revenue you need to make. We need to then understand the number of customers you need. And then we have to get real serious about the number of eyeballs you need on your work. So that could be the audience you need on your email list or the number of followers and subscribers you need on your social media platforms. Let's start with the amount of revenue you need to take in from these digital products. So generally speaking, the rule of thumb is that we need twice the revenue as the take home we want to have from this product. That covers the cost of taxes, that covers the cost of any administrative costs, software costs, merchant fees, etc. So we want to be taking home roughly $5,000 a month and putting that in our pocket as owner pay. We generally need about twice that in revenue. So about $10,000 a month or just about that mythical 100K a year. So that's where we start with revenue. The next is we have to talk about how many customers need to buy our product. So we have to understand the structure of your digital product. Is this a one-time course purchase, a one-time tool or template course purchase, or is this a community, a membership or subscription with a recurring fee? And then we also have to know your price. Are you selling something that's at a lower cost, but potentially has a shorter buying cycle and might be considered more of an impulse purchase, maybe a template or a tool or a very short course, something less than $500? Or are we talking a higher investment, like a more intensive course, a longer course? And we need to know, is it something smaller investment or is it a larger investment? Let's assume we are selling a moderately sized course for $499. So if we want to take home $5,000, generally we need $10,000 in revenue. So again, that 2-to-1 ratio. At $499, we need roughly 20 customers a month for $10,000 in revenue. Sounds pretty easy, right? Like just one customer a day, not even that. How hard can this be? Let's get real clear about list size. How many eyeballs do you need seeing your stuff? On average, only about 3% of your audience is actively ready to buy from you at any time. In your audience, you also have people that intend to change but aren't actively looking. 30% or so aren't ready to act, but they have a need. 30% don't even have that need. Maybe they are people that already bought from you or simply people that are learning. And then you have 30% that maybe aren't interested in you or this offer at all. And maybe they don't even open your emails anymore. So if you need to reach 20 new customers a month, that means you'll actually need over 600 new subscribers to your audience each month, or 7,000 new subscribers every year. That's a lot of people. We also have to consider the context. So let's say you are growing your following on social media and then expecting some of them to join your list and then expecting some of them to buy your product. Most social media platforms don't want you sending traffic off platform. So not all of our posts and not all of our call to action are seen on the platform. You know this as a follower. You only see a fraction of the content that the creators you follow put out. So if you estimate that only a portion of your social media audience even sees the posts you are putting out where you are selling this product, you again need tens of thousands of new followers every year in order to generate those subscribers to even your audience for you to sell something from an email list. This is pretty hard to do organically, which is why we turn to our friends' paid advertising, which is why you see so many ads, so much affiliate spend for courses and programs, which again goes back and actually increases your revenue needs even more. Up to 50% of your top line revenue could actually go to affiliates and ads. So let's say you want to take 5,000 a month home and you need 10,000 in revenue, you might actually need 20,000 in revenue, meaning 40 customers a month if you're having to pay for a substantial number of those through ads and affiliates. So again, we've just increased the number of people we need to buy our products in order to fund ads. Some of these top creators do make this kind of money because they have this kind of subscriber base. Most of the time, they got into a platform early. So early YouTubers, early TikTokers, early Instagrammers, early people on LinkedIn, they started years ago. This is not an overnight success that they're playing at here. So if you're committed to building a business that just makes money while you sleep, are you committed to doing the audience work required to add thousands of new people to your audience each year through organic? Or are you committed to figuring out paid advertising and spending money on that? If not, I encourage you to add different sources of revenue to your business. Maybe you're doubling down on the creator side and not just selling the one product, but also leveraging with sponsorships and ads, where other people are paying you to access the audience you've built. Maybe they're not an active customer for you, but they are an active customer for somebody else. This might be lowering the number of people you need to buy your product and new customers you need by adding a recurring option, a subscription option, a community or membership, or making sure that you're always adding investments to your core platform if you're selling a software or some other kind of subscription. This means it's not passive because you're still having to improve the product, come out with new content. Or you may decide that you want to add more of a delivery-based component, such as coaching, advisory, or from some light done-for-you services, because it is hard to get that many new customers and new eyeballs on your work. The other option, you also might choose to increase the price of your product so that you need to reach less customers, even though it might be more challenging to convert a purchase at a higher price. So this is why we have to do the math for you. What's your revenue need based on your take home? What price and structure are you selling that determines your number of customers? How many people do you actually need to reach in order to have the customers you need and make the revenue you want? Because the kind of traffic, the kind of numbers we're talking about aren't as replicable as what they sell you. So do the math, know your numbers, and understand really the costs of building this type of business and whether or not this is a game you're truly interested in playing.